afternoon, Rod Guy here. We're in the shop today. We're going to be installing a couple lights that I've been wanting to install for a while now. Last couple night runs I've gone on this machine. The lighting is okay from factory. The stock LED headlights are okay. High beams, okay. The rigid that I have on here, the spotlights, great, but they throw light far down the trail. So what I noticed quite a bit is I have really nothing to light up the sides of the machine. I've got no flood pattern lights. I was thinking about what I wanted to do. Put a light bar on, if I wanted lights somewhere else, if I wanted to replace those with floods. I like having those because I can see far down the road. Great for speed, not so much for in the woods. Get out of here, fly. So I really like the look of the old trophy trucks where you have pod lights on the A-pillars. So that's what I'm going to do. Ironically, a company called Novsight reached out about the same time I started shopping for lights. Algorithm? Who knows? Anyway, they reached out and said, hey, we've got some products. We'd like you to represent our products. I said, okay, on the condition that your products are good. So that's what I did. They reached out and they said, you can pick out what you want. So I picked out their Halo series. This is a 3-inch pod light, Halo series. This is in a flood and spot pattern. So the two tops are floods, the bottom is going to be a spot. So that's going to give me some more light further down the trail on the sides, and more importantly, the two lights here are going to be spread out on both sides of me going through the woods. So we're going to get these installed here today. So join me for that. I want to thank and give a shout out to Novsight for giving me the opportunity. I made it clear that, you know, if I don't find these to be a good product, this video is not going out. Obviously, you're seeing the video, so it's a decent product. So I'll give it a couple weeks. You guys don't see my product testing when I install something from a manufacturer. I don't sell you junk, right? Like, I'm not selling anything here, but if I'm provided something from a company, I try my best to represent if it's a good or bad product. So there you go. Let's get started. All right, so let's open it up and see how we did. Adventurous Calling, Delicate Arch, Utah. Huh. Delicate Arch. Okay, I will check that out, actually. Warranty activation. Yes. Always activate your warranty. I believe these have a 5-year warranty on them as well, too. So I'm going to have to, I'll post that like right here, what they actually come with. They might come with different warranties depending what country you're in. I'm in Canada. There is a lot of decals. That's cool. I like decals. Awesome. So when you get flies in your way, when you get one of these kits from Novsight, it comes with everything. It comes with a wiring harness, and the wiring harness is fused and it is relayed. You get the two pod lights themselves. You have amber lens covers. You have black lens covers. So that's kind of neat, actually. Also, so these lights themselves, they're a dual function. Not just the combo beam, because there's your two floods and then your spot, but it actually has a halo around here, like an amber halo, hence why it's called the Halo series. Wow, actually these connectors they're 100% sealed. It's a nice Dutch connector. So actually the quality on it, I know you can't feel things through a camera, but that has actually some chunk to it. Nice. Nice, like seeing that. Even the wiring harness, let's pop this open here. I'm seeing this the first time, same as you are. It's all weatherproof stuff. Pretty decent gauge. It's all plug and play too, right? Like, you know, positive, negative. Those two wires are just for changing patterns. Then you actually have a controller in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Right there. So again, it's all plug and play. So when you hook your lights up, you don't actually have to go and buy other things. You can just buy this one kit and maybe some different connectors on here if you need it to go onto your battery, but it's already got battery terminals. So I'm going to get this unpacked, get this laid out, and figure out what I'm going to do for a wiring harness here. So Okay, so for demonstration purposes, I just have everything hooked up to my tractor outside. So my hood's up on my tractor, and just to demonstrate everything here. So this little controller here, this little controller is going to have two buttons on it. One's going to be for the lights, one's going to be for your halo. So the lights on and off, on, off, and then you have a halo button. So the halo button actually has two settings, that color and that color. And you can actually play with what you have on or off at any point in time. So I think that's pretty cool. Again, 100% plug and play. You don't need to do anything else. So what I have discovered is Novsight's very clever. So they leave these 3 wires here for a specific reason. So when you plug that to your battery, positive, negative, goes into your control box. If you don't want to use the controller that it comes with, you can have your own signals straight off of here. That's actually pretty clever. So I don't actually have to do a lot of work here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get access to my bus bar. My original plan was to actually tie into like a steady power source for one of these wires, and then cut the wiring harness here and then splice and do all that kind of stuff. Don't need to do that. You can use the pre-existing wires to your signal wires, because everything is going to be controlled through here, which is your solid state relay. So that way it's fused and it's relayed. That's sweet. So I'm going to get the seat out, get the bus bar out, and then we'll go from there. I'll show you what I'm going to be hooking up here. So these 3 wires, that wire's for your signal to turn your lights on and off. That wire is for your amber halo, and that wire is for your white halo. It looks amber, but when I flip the switch over back and forth, because I have the amber light cover on, but actually it's a white halo or a yellow halo. I'm going to be using the yellow halo. All right, so let me get that done. I'll pick this video up here in a sec. That's smart. Thank you. If you're new to the channel or just new to having a machine, specifically the X3, there's a bus bar that is behind this panel. And you're going to have to take this passenger seat out. And once that seat's out, you're just going to pull along the top here and then pop out those panels, or the panel clips, just like that. Just pull on it. Careful, don't be doing it in the dead middle of winter. So you can see my rat nest of wires. Basically, when I put my switch panel in, my switch panel controller is back here, and the remote for it is up front. But I pre-wired a lot of stuff so that I could do stuff in the future. So that's cool. So I don't have to do a lot of work here. All I need to do is start into where I'm going to be running the wires for this controller, for the Novsight lights. So I got to figure that out. Shouldn't be too difficult to do, but I got to maybe get access to this panel right here, which I know you can't see right now, but there's a front panel that also pops out of place just with clips. Pop the back off and then kind of sliding back like that, and then that'll come right out. See if I can adjust the camera here for you. You'll be in my way if I leave the camera there, but there, at least you can see. So now I can pull back some of my wires that I've already have pre-wired here. You can see where my controller is for my my switch panel, but now I need to pull back some of the wires that I have so I can find out what one that I need to tie into so that I can control the light from my switch panel, and I'll still be able to set up a running light for this machine. Okay, I know this looks like an absolute rat's nest crap fest of wires. It's gonna get cleaned up, but this is what I wanted to do. So the hookup, here's the harness. This is to the Novsight harness. Ground, accessory, constant power. I've got it on the ground and I've got it on the accessory. So the reason I don't run things on constant power in case I forget to shut it off and then I'm draining the battery and then I got to dig all that stuff out to get the battery. So here's what I got going on. Novsight was very smart in designing the way that they give you this harness. You don't have to use the controller. In fact, I've disconnected the controller altogether. So what I've done is I found the yellow wire for the amber halo. I found the green wire for the on-off trigger switch, which is, this is to my switch panel. So now when I turn the machine on, the halo comes on automatically with the headlights as a daytime running light. And when I go to my cubes, it turns the light on, triggers the light. And then when I pull my key, accessory comes off. Bob's your uncle. He's not really my uncle. Well, yes, actually he is. He's Uncle Bobby. Yeah, I have an Uncle Bobby. Anyway, I'm gonna tidy up these wires, run these wires to the light pods up on the A-pillars, and I'll show you what I got going on for the mounts. It's kind of getting on late in the day here, so I'm just a pleb like the rest of us. So I'm gonna put the panels back on, put the seat on, and then call it a night for tonight anyway, because it's Sunday and I gotta get back to work tomorrow morning. In order to get those wires up to where I need to go, that's going to be the issue right there. Because there's not really a lot of clearance for the ends of those wires, those dish connectors, to come up through here. So I'm going to have to probably drop some parts of the dash in order to get that up through here, which shouldn't be too difficult. I just got to undo those bolts. But I'm going to take my half windshield off here too. I just took the clamps off, so... yeah, that's a project for another day, so I'm going to pack up here and catch you on the next clip. So it is the next day, and I just parked the machine off to the side there the other day, and I got my dash just flopping here, just a couple bolts up front and down here. Of course, they're T30s. Fishing the wire through, because you can't really get out to here where I need to get at. And I need to determine where I'm going to mount the light. And it's probably going to be like basically halfway up this pillar. So, because my half windshield's going to end up here, so I got to put the light around here. So that being said, what am I going to do for mounts? I have in this USPS package all the way from the United States of America some mounts from Axia Alloy. So bought this right off their website, paid an exorbitant amount of shipping money to get these things here, but they're good mounts. I didn't want to cheap out on mounts. So you got a nice set of lights, put a nice set of mounts on. Just spend the money. I know it sucks. Everything's too priced high right now. Everything just sucks. There's shipping, there's tariffs, there's blah, blah, blah. I get it. It sucks. So the reason I went with Axia Alloy is because they make these mounts specific to the X3. It is a 1.85 inch clamp, I think. Yeah, 1.85 inch clamp, which is the diameter of these cages on these pillars. And here's the main reason why. I'm going to just bring this around the camera so you can see it. So, focus. Okay, so the mount is angled so that when you have your light on there, it's actually going to sit like this, so that when this mount is on the machine, it's angled to the pitch of that A-pillar. That's why I went with those. Because if not, it's going to be sitting like this, and then the light's going to be cocked backwards, and you don't want that. So this is what we got going on here. Is when this is mounted, it's going to be mounted like that, so it's flat. It's level, almost. Anyway, So let's get one of these mounts assembled here. Oh, that's completely okay where I have it. I thought it was going to be a little bit higher than that, but it's not. That's okay. Basically, it's going to be rinse and repeat on the other side. Just make sure things are facing the way I want them to face, and then we can worry about aiming the lights here in a minute. Those look cool. Yeah, and both my neighbors decided to mow their grass at the same time. So that's something. I'm pretty close where I want them aimed. But I gotta actually point at something here and actually see if I can figure out where I want them in the woods. So there might be a little bit of trial and error here. So now when I put the ignition on, my running lights are on. And they are amber underneath. I just like the look of the deeper amber color. Plus, huge fan of dust light covers. And turn my cubes on. Bingo. Oh man. Ew, I'm blinding myself. What you're seeing right here is the spot patterns, because the flood pattern goes way out this way. It's not even picking it up on the camera. So I want to kind of follow right where my light pattern is, just above that, to give me a little bit of further down. Because when I turn my other rigid spots on, they're going to light up down there. I want to kind of aim there and there. Well, there you have it. That is the install of the Novsight 3-inch Halo series. Again, thank you very much, Novsight. They did provide these lights for me today. Again, and I said it before at the beginning of the video, you would not be seeing this video if I've already not gone out and tested these lights. So I do things a little bit backwards. I make sure that these lights are going to hold up to what you guys are expecting. So, once again, my name is RyGuy8888. If you do like these types of videos, please do like, comment, and subscribe. It does help my channel grow. And we'll see you in the next run. RyGuy out.